As the United Nations COP29 climate summit enters its final day in Baku, Azerbaijan, delegates are rushing to hash out a deal for more funding to combat global warming. And they're getting help from UN Chief Antonio Guterres at another summit halfway around the world. Speaking at the G20 meeting in Brazil, Guterres urged the leaders of the world's richest countries to make a commitment to saving the environment, saying failure is not an option.
The climate crisis has burned through another record, with 2024 likely to be the hottest year in history. We see the impacts everywhere and look no further than the drought in the Amazon and horrible floods in southern Brazil.
Negotiations seeking significantly scaled-up climate funding had stalled at COP29 due to lack of consensus among members. But as the G20 ended, leaders backed the increase. In a joint statement, the group called for rapidly and substantially increasing climate finance from the billions to the trillions to pay for the response to climate change. The G20 leaders also reaffirmed their commitment to the 2015 Paris Agreement and the transition away from fossil fuels. With G20 member countries playing an important role in the decision-making at COP29, holding 85% of global GDP, it's brought an agreement a step closer.
We appreciate the signal that they have sent of their intention to accelerate the reform of the international financial architecture. We thank them for their support for a successful NCQG outcome in Baku. We now need to translate political will into practical work.
COP29 negotiators are now tasked with the job of reaching a concrete deal on how much money richer nations must provide to developing countries to aid them in moving away from fossil fuels, funding that delegates from poorer nations say is crucial.
We are constrained by the lack of adequate climate finance, just like many other least developed countries. It is imperative that developed nations fulfill their existing climate finance commitments. The new collective quantified goals represent a pivotal opportunity to correct past shortcomings.
The toll of climate change on show outside the conference venue as protesters exhibited items recovered from natural disasters around the world. Just a small reminder of how much worse things could get if negotiators can't reach an agreement in the next 2 days. James Lin and Rosie Grenenger for TaiwanPlus.